For generations, humanity has assumed that our location in the universe is ordinary. A typical planet, orbiting a typical star, inside a typical galaxy. All situated in a typical region of space. But modern astrophysics has begun to challenge this long-standing belief. Recent observations suggest that the Milky Way may not reside in an average cosmic environment at all. In fact, we may be located inside a cosmic void. A vast, underdense region of the universe containing significantly fewer galaxies, less matter, and weaker gravitational structure than surrounding cosmic space. This region is known as the local void. Its existence raises profound questions. Why is our galactic neighborhood so empty compared to the cosmic average? How does this environment affect the evolution of galaxies, including our own? And if we truly inhabit a large-scale cosmic void, what does that mean for our measurements of the universe, and our place within it? The concept is not speculative. Multiple independent studies, from large-scale galaxy surveys to precision measurements of cosmic expansion, suggest a consistent pattern. We live in a low-density region spanning hundreds of millions of light-years. This is not merely a curiosity of cosmic cartography. If our universe is not homogeneous on the largest scales, as long believed, then foundational cosmological models may require revision. Our position in the cosmos may be far more unusual, and far more consequential, than previously thought. And yet, the general public remains almost entirely unaware. The first hints appeared in the early 1980s, when astronomers noticed an anomalous lack of galaxies near our own position in cosmic maps. This absence was too significant to dismiss as a statistical fluctuation. Instead, it pointed to a large region of lower-than-average matter density. A true cosmic underdensity. Since then, improved instruments and large-scale sky surveys, including the Sloan Digital Sky Survey and infrared galaxy catalogs, have reinforced the evidence. Simultaneously, measurements of the universe's expansion rate have revealed unexpected discrepancies. Regions of lower density appear to expand faster than denser regions. This is not a coincidence. It is consistent with the physics of gravity, matter density, and cosmic expansion. In simple terms, voids stretch space faster. Dense regions slow expansion through gravity. Thus, if the Milky Way is located inside a void, observed values of cosmic expansion, and even the inferred properties of dark energy, may be partially influenced by our environment. This possibility does not overturn cosmology, but it complicates it. It suggests the universe may be less uniform than assumed, and that our vantage point may explain anomalies that puzzled astronomers for decades. In modern cosmology, the large-scale structure of the universe is not random. Matter is distributed in a pattern known as the cosmic web, a vast network composed of galaxies and galaxy clusters, filaments of dark matter and baryonic matter, dense nodes where clusters form, and, most importantly for our subject, enormous empty regions called cosmic voids. These voids are not small anomalies. They represent more than 50% of the total volume of the universe, yet contain only a small fraction of its galaxies and matter. Statistically, voids are characterized by matter density 10 to 30% below cosmic average, or more. Size ranging from 20 to over 300 million light-years. Low gravitational influence. Accelerated local expansion relative to denser regions. Although they are vast and empty, voids are critical components of cosmic evolution. They serve as low-density basins between the walls and filaments of the cosmic web. The theoretical foundation for void dynamics arises from the lambda-CDM model, the standard cosmological model, which combines lambda, dark energy, CDM, cold dark matter, general relativity, cosmic inflation and structure formation theory. Within this framework, voids are natural consequences of early density fluctuations in the primordial universe. Regions with slightly less matter expanded faster under the influence of dark energy, gradually creating the enormous cosmic cavities observed today. This brings us to an important point. Voids are not anomalies, they are expected products of cosmic evolution. What is unusual, however, is the possibility that we live inside one. To understand where we are, we first have to map what surrounds us. Astronomers once believed space was evenly filled with galaxies. A quiet, uniform fog of stars stretching in every direction. But as technology improved, a different picture emerged. Not a smooth universe, but a cosmic web. Networks of matter. Clusters pulling galaxies together. Filaments connecting them across unimaginable distances. And in between them, enormous regions of near silence. Vast territories where galaxies are rare. And gravity is gentle. These are cosmic voids. Empty not in a poetic sense, but in a physical, measurable one. Low in matter. Low in stars. Low in gravitational pull. Think of the universe not as a sea of galaxies, but as a sponge. Dense walls and filaments. And hollow chambers between them. And evidence suggests we may be living near the center of one of those chambers. The local void. A region so vast. It stretches hundreds of millions of light-years, yet holds only a fraction of the galaxies expected. A cosmic quiet zone. A gravitational valley. A place not quite like the rest. Astronomers did not discover this void by looking for emptiness. They found it by studying movement. Galaxies do not drift randomly. Their motion responds to gravity, to the pull of matter, and the absence of it. And when scientists tracked the movement of nearby galaxies, they noticed something strange. A flow. A subtle drift. Not toward us, but away. As if something behind us, something enormous and empty, was gently pushing space outward. This behavior matched models of a galaxy group sitting at the edge of, or inside, a cosmic void. It was the first quiet sign that our cosmic address might be more unusual than we ever imagined. There is another clue. A deeper one. For years, astronomers have disagreed about the expansion speed of the universe. A conflict called the Hubble tension. Local measurements show space expanding faster than data from the early universe predicts. At first, this looked like a contradiction. A flaw in our understanding. Maybe even new physics. But if we live in a less dense region of space, a cosmic underdensity, then matter around us exerts less gravitational restraint. Space here would expand. Just a little bit faster. Not because the laws of nature are wrong, but because our location is not typical. A quiet bubble in a restless universe, gently stretching outward. Most people imagine emptiness as absence. But in cosmology, emptiness has structure, influence, and consequence. A void is not nothing. It is a region shaped by physics, formed by ancient fluctuations, stretched by dark energy, sculpted by gravity over billions of years. Where there is less matter, expansion dominates. Where there is more, gravity wins. And so the universe grows unevenly, slowly building the architecture we now observe. Walls of galaxies, rivers of stars, and between them, silent basins of space where creation thins. This is where we may be. Not lost. Not forgotten. Simply positioned. In one of the most delicate environments cosmic evolution can create. A place quieter than the cosmic average. A place where expansion breathes. Just a little easier. If this is true, if humanity truly resides in a cosmic low-density region, then many of our measurements, our estimates of dark energy, our interpretation of cosmic expansion, even our models of structure formation, must be viewed with care. Not because they are wrong, but because context matters. Where you stand changes what you see, even in the universe. Did we simply get lucky, finding ourselves in a rare, quiet pocket of existence? Or is there something deeper about where galaxies like ours prefer to form? The research continues. Telescopes map deeper. Simulations grow sharper. Data accumulates slowly, calmly, like distant starlight reaching us across time. And as we study, one truth becomes undeniable. The universe is not uniform, not simple, not smooth. It is structured, layered, alive with patterns. And in that grand architecture, we may live in one of its quietest rooms. A cosmic hollow. A gentle vacuum. A silent neighborhood. On the edge of something larger. Not empty, but hushed. A whispering corner of reality. Where space stretches softly. And galaxies drift. With almost imperceptible grace. We are not the center of creation. But perhaps we are perched at the edge of one of its greatest voids. Watching. Measuring. Trying to understand. The silence around us. The world slowly fades into gentle darkness. Muscles loosen. A breath in. A breath out. And once again, we are drifting into the cosmos. No hurry. No urgency. Only a slow, deep look into the nature of the universe. Imagine this. We are living inside an ocean of cosmic stillness. Not only on a planet. Not only inside a galaxy. But inside a structure far more vast. A region that stretches across hundreds of millions of light years. Cosmologists call it the local void. An enormous expanse of space, where matter is scarcer than anywhere around us. As if space here has exhaled, stretched, relaxed from the weight of stars. Our cosmic home is not just the Milky Way, not just the local group, but a gentle pocket in the great fabric of reality. Here, everything feels slower. Light travels longer. Galaxies appear farther apart. Time drifts over emptiness, like wind over still water. Scientists noticed something unusual. If the universe expands uniformly, why does our region seem to expand just a bit faster? One explanation. Areas with less matter can stretch more quickly, like bubbles rising through a cosmic ocean. And if that is true, then we are seeing the universe from within a vast hollow chamber, a silent cavern in space-time, not outside the cosmic web, but wrapped inside one of its quiet pockets. A place where gravity whispers, where cosmic motion softens, where the universe itself seems to breathe more slowly. Now pause for a moment. Imagine the view from far, far above. Galaxies are not scattered randomly. They form filaments and walls, thread by luminous thread. A living structure, woven across the universe. And between these glowing strands lie immense voids, bubble after bubble, of stillness and silence. We are inside one of them. A solitary point. In its cool, dark center. This idea does not frighten. It soothes. Our cosmic neighborhood is not violent or chaotic, but tranquil, deep, like moonlit water, untouched by waves. We exist in a pocket of the universe that feels as if creation itself paused here to rest. And as you lie still, observing this vast landscape in your mind, you feel something immense, yet gentle. You are part of cosmic breathing, part of the rhythm of space. The universe does not overwhelm. It embraces. Softly. Slowly. Like night. If we truly reside in a cosmic void, then every quiet moment is an invitation to listen to the ancient hush of existence. Silence where galaxies are born. Silence older than stars. Silence that will remain long after we are gone. And we, for a brief moment, are guests of the night, travelers through a boundless, sleeping ocean. Breathe slowly. Feel the stillness. The universe is calm. And so are you. The universe does not rush. And tonight, neither do we. Allow your mind to drift again. Beyond stars. Beyond galaxies. Into the unseen architecture of the cosmos. Here, in the quiet between worlds, the universe reveals its skeleton. Astronomers once believed matter spread evenly across space. But when telescopes sharpened and computer models evolved, a different picture emerged. A structure breathtaking in its complexity. Not chaos. Not randomness. But order. Pattern. A grand design of gravity and time. Galaxies do not float alone. They gather along invisible strings. Cosmic filaments. Vast rivers of matter stretching for hundreds of millions of light years. Where filaments intersect, clusters form. 1,000 galaxy cities in the universe's night. And between these threads lie voids. Silent. Stretched. Ancient. We live in one of them. Imagine the surface of quiet ocean water. Bubbles touching, merging, parting. Space is like that. A cosmic foam. Every bubble a void. Every thin film between them. A universe of galaxies. We are suspended in a bubble of low density. A cosmic breath. Held in stillness. Here, matter is scarce. Gravity is softer. Expansion is gentle and free. And in this softness, the universe whispers. This is not philosophy. It is not imagination. It is measurement. Data. Cosmic microwave signals. Galaxy velocities. Structures mapped across billions of light years. And they tell us something subtle. Something quiet. Where we are. Shapes what we see. A void expands slightly faster than regions crowded with galaxies. Like a balloon inflating into emptiness. More easily than into stone. This may explain a cosmic puzzle. Why two methods of measuring the universe's expansion disagree? Why the Hubble constant is not one number, but two stories. And one of those stories comes from right here, inside our silent cosmic valley. Float now in your imagination. No stars rushing by. No engines. No noise. Just the slow glide. Through an ocean so vast. It humbles thought. Galaxies appear like distant lanterns. Scattered sparsely. Quietly. Across the velvet dark. Between them. Nothing. A calm nothing. A peaceful nothing. A nothing that feels like sleep itself. You are safe here. You are small. Yet part of everything. The void does not isolate you. It holds you. Gently. Softly. You are not lost. You are resting where the universe rests. Where creation pauses. And all movement becomes breath. Slow. Quiet. Cosmic breath. And you drift in harmony with the oldest silence. The silence that shaped galaxies. The silence that carries stars. The silence beneath existence. Breathe. With the universe. Let the vastness support you. Let the stillness calm you. You are floating in the most peaceful place space can offer. And here, in the heart of cosmic silence, you are exactly where you are meant to be. The universe is vast, beyond comprehension. And yet, it is not filled everywhere, not uniformly, not endlessly crowded. Between galaxies, between clusters, between the threads of the cosmic web, there is silence. Expansive, deep, persistent silence. This silence is not empty. It is essential. A structure, a framework. A space for the universe to breathe. Cosmic voids exist because the universe is dynamic. Matter clumps together. Gravity pulls. Energy flows. And in response, space stretches, expands, yields. The void is a natural consequence, a byproduct of creation. A counterbalance to the brightness and density of stars, galaxies, and clusters. It gives contrast. It gives scale. It gives rhythm. Without emptiness, the universe could not dance. It could not grow. It could not breathe. Pause again. Feel the weight of that truth. The emptiness is not nothing. It is potential. It is calm. It is the quiet backdrop against which matter forms, evolves, and moves. We live inside one of these quiet regions. A place where space itself is soft. Where time stretches gently. And where the expansion of the cosmos can be observed in almost imperceptible ways. Silence exists because creation needs it. Because growth, motion, life, even on cosmic scales, requires space to pause, to reflect, to expand. And perhaps that is why we, too, need silence. To think. To rest. To observe. To exist without constant distraction. The universe teaches this in its quietest corners. Through cosmic voids. Through darkness between galaxies. Through spaces unfilled and waiting. Here, in these silent chambers, we see a mirror for ourselves. A reminder that presence does not require noise. That growth does not require density. That life can thrive in spaces where stillness reigns. So as you rest, as you drift, remember this. Silence is not absence. Silence is structure. Silence is potential. Silence is the space where the universe and we truly exist. Breathe slowly. And let the quiet fill you. Let the silence of space echo softly inside your mind. Because sometimes the truest understanding comes from what is not said, from what is not seen, from the profound stillness that surrounds us and carries us forward through the infinite dark. the universe is quiet tonight. Vast stretches of space unfold endlessly, draped in darkness so deep it almost feels tangible. And somewhere, within this boundless expanse, a small blue planet drifts, carrying life, consciousness, and curiosity. But even the planet itself rests within a larger mystery. Not just a galaxy, not just a cluster, but an immense, almost empty region of space. A cosmic void. Here, galaxies are rare. Stars are distant. And matter thins into near invisibility. The Milky Way moves gently through this quiet ocean, pulled subtly by distant filaments, and at the same time pushed softly by the emptiness surrounding it. It is a place where time feels slower. Distances stretch longer. Light travels with a weightless patience, carrying whispers from stars billions of years old. And in the silence, the universe itself seems to breathe. From a distance, the cosmic web looks delicate. Threads of galaxies forming intricate patterns. A luminous lace spanning unimaginable distances. And between these threads lie enormous hollows. Vast chambers of near-nothingness, where gravity's pull is faint, and space expands just a little faster than elsewhere. Inside these voids, the rare galaxies drift alone, their paths unhurried, their existence almost meditative, like solitary islands in a tranquil, endless sea. Even light moves differently here, traveling with quiet deliberation, allowing the darkness to stretch, to settle, to hold space. The observer, drifting silently in imagination, feels the gentle pulse of cosmic expansion, the slow rhythm of creation moving through emptiness. There is no chaos here, no rush. Everything flows at the pace of the universe itself. Breath slows. Thoughts soften. Every star, every filament, every shadow of a galaxy becomes part of a single, seamless experience. A dance of light and dark, density and void, movement and stillness. And in this quiet corner of the cosmos, there is perspective. A sense of scale that humbles, reminding that life, thought, and observation are threads woven into something far greater. Perhaps this is why voids exist. Not to be empty, but to be necessary. To give the universe room to expand. Room to breathe. Room to evolve. The Milky Way drifts, carrying its planets and stars through this emptiness. Softly, slowly. As though the entire galaxy itself is breathing. And in that gentle motion, a kind of cosmic meditation arises. The realization that silence is not absence. Silence is space. Silence is structure. Silence is the pulse of the universe, made tangible in the emptiest corners of reality. The observer floats with it, weightless and serene. Time softens. The hum of distant galaxies becomes a lullaby. And in this vast, dark, and quiet space, existence feels infinite, yet perfectly still. A single galaxy drifts into view. Its light weak but steady, marking presence in the void. It is not lonely. It is part of the pattern. A note in a silent symphony, played across billions of years and millions of light years. And somewhere within that galaxy, on a small, quiet planet, life watches, listens, and contemplates. It understands, in a gentle, unspoken way, that the universe does not demand performance, does not demand attention. It exists. It expands. It breathes. And the void itself is the quiet teacher, showing that even in vast emptiness, there is purpose, there is rhythm, there is life. The observer exhales slowly, allowing the silence to wash over, to fill every thought, every corner of the mind, and drifts with the galaxy, weightless, calm, and completely at peace, inside the sleeping heart of the universe. The observer drifts further into the cosmic ocean, carried silently on the gentle currents of space-time. Around them, the darkness stretches infinitely, soft and velvety, unbroken by chaos. Slowly, faint glimmers begin to appear. Distant galaxies, tiny islands of light, emerge from the void like glowing lanterns. In a vast, dark sea, they are far apart, each one moving with its own unhurried rhythm, yet part of a grand, interconnected design. This is the cosmic web in its full splendor. Filaments of galaxies stretch across millions of light years, threading the voids like delicate strands of silver silk. Where the filaments intersect, massive clusters glow brighter, their gravity holding thousands of galaxies in silent cohesion. The observer floats closer to one of these clusters. They see spirals and ellipticals, their light bending subtly through the surrounding space. Star formation hums quietly. Nebulae glow softly in ultraviolet whispers, and the entire cluster seems to pulse with the slow heartbeat of matter itself. And yet, surrounding this brilliance is the void. A vast emptiness, stretching further than the eye can trace. It is not simply empty. It is a landscape of possibility. A canvas upon which gravity and energy sculpt the cosmos. Within this void, galaxies are rare, small, and isolated. They drift in solitude, rotating gently in their own silence. Sometimes forming stars, sometimes resting, as if the universe itself grants them time to breathe. The observer notices something subtle. Galaxies near the edges of the void move slightly faster, pushed outward by the lack of surrounding mass, while gravity from neighboring filaments pulls them inward. This delicate balance of forces shapes the large-scale structure and subtly influences the motion of even our own Milky Way. Farther into the void, the darkness deepens. Time seems to stretch, like light passing through thickened space. The observer feels the vast scale, billions of light years across. And yet every motion is slow, deliberate, measured. Here, expansion itself is a gentle tide, softly stretching the cosmos in all directions. A faint ripple appears in the cosmic background radiation, the whisper of the Big Bang still lingering. A ghostly echo in the emptiest reaches of space. It hums softly, a reminder that even here, where nothing seems to happen, history and energy persist. The observer floats deeper still, allowing the vast emptiness to enfold them. They pass by isolated dwarf galaxies, small spirals barely holding themselves together, lonely yet resilient, moving slowly with the cosmic currents. Every star, every cluster, every filament is a note in an enormous symphony. And the void is the silent measure that gives rhythm to the music. Gradually, they approach a massive filament connecting distant clusters. The galaxies here are more numerous, moving together in intricate patterns, like dancers in a slow, eternal ballet. Gravity guides them. Dark matter scaffolds them. And the entire structure flows with quiet elegance. The observer watches in awe. The void, the filaments, the clusters, all exist in delicate equilibrium, shaped by forces that operate over millions of years, yet perceptible only in the vast scale of space. And through it all, the observer feels the deep serenity that comes from understanding scale. The universe is immense, yet precise. It moves, it evolves. But it does so without hurry, without disturbance. It is infinite, and it is patient. Here, inside the void, the observer understands the quiet truth of existence. That silence is not absence, but the essential space in which creation unfolds. And that even in emptiness, there is beauty, there is motion, there is life. Drifting further, the observer releases all thought of time, all concern for distance or direction. They float with the galaxies, softly, slowly, weightless. A silent witness to the vast, majestic, sleeping cosmos. The void surrounds them completely. Yet it is not lonely. It is alive in its own way. A slow, breathing space, where the universe can grow, expand, and continue its eternal journey. And the observer, carried gently on this tide of space and time, feels the profound stillness of it all, as though the universe itself has paused to rest, and to let every star, every filament, every galaxy exist in perfect, silent harmony. The observer drifts deeper into the vast cosmic sea. The void stretches endlessly around them, cool and dark, filled with quiet that is almost tangible. Occasionally, faint glimmers punctuate the darkness. Small galaxies, like scattered fireflies, rotate slowly, isolated yet persistent. Each one carries its own story, its own collection of stars, gas, and silent motion. As they float further, the observer notices the faint outlines of distant filaments. Thin, luminous threads stretching across millions of light years. These threads connect faraway clusters. Delicate bridges in an immense, almost empty landscape. The void itself begins to shift subtly in perception. Not because it moves, but because the observer's mind stretches to comprehend its scale. Distances become unimaginable. Time stretches into eons. and the entire universe seems to breathe in slow, majestic rhythm. A faint current of motion carries the observer along the edge of the void. Here, galaxies drift in near silence. Their gravity gentle but insistent, nudging them toward filaments, toward denser regions. The boundaries of the void are like gentle hills in a sea of space, rising and falling, guiding cosmic rivers of stars and matter toward the vast clusters beyond. And then, far in the distance, the observer sees it. A supremely luminous supercluster. Its galaxies clustered tightly. A luminous city in the night of the universe. It glows softly, not in harsh brilliance, but in a calm, steady light, as if the universe itself is holding it in quiet reverence. The observer floats closer, passing along the threads connecting smaller clusters. Galaxies move slowly along these cosmic bridges, spiraling, interacting, merging in silent choreography. Every collision, every new star, every swirl of gas is absorbed into the vast rhythm of the universe. The voids around them deepen in contrast. They feel infinite, like the silent spaces between waves in a sleeping ocean. The observer drifts through these emptinesses, not lost, but part of the great structure, carried gently by the slow currents of gravity and expansion. Light bends subtly here, stretching as it passes through the sparse regions, allowing the observer to see galaxies as faint, ethereal ghosts. Some are isolated spirals, their arms delicate, almost fragile, rotating in quiet solitude. Others are small ellipticals, dense and compact, moving slowly along paths shaped by dark matter scaffolds. As the observer moves, the supercluster grows closer, its vast web of galaxies spreading across the mind's horizon. Here, the energy is quiet but undeniable. Star formation hums like a soft pulse. Nebulae glow with gentle warmth. Clusters exert gravitational influence that extends millions of light years, pulling matter along invisible currents. And yet, around this brilliance, the void persists, stretching into darkness, reminding the observer of the balance of the cosmos. Light and dark, matter and emptiness, movement and stillness. The observer floats further still, past smaller filaments, through quiet pockets of near-nothingness, toward the edge of the next supercluster. The universe unfolds like a slow, endless story. Each galaxy a word, each filament a sentence, each void a pause that allows the narrative to breathe. And in this infinite, silent structure, the observer feels the immense calm of creation. Not chaos, not noise, not rush, but a precise, patient unfolding. Time is slow, deliberate. Motion is smooth, graceful. Every structure exists in balance. Every movement measured over billions of years. The observer finally drifts beyond the last visible filaments, into the vast emptiness between superclusters. Here, in the heart of cosmic silence, they feel the pulse of the universe itself. Slow, steady, eternal. The Milky Way continues its journey silently, and the observer floats alongside, weightless and serene, immersed in the quiet majesty of voids and filaments, clusters and superclusters, light and dark. The universe exhales around them, and in the deep calm, the observer realizes something profound: that the vast emptiness, the silent voids, are not absence, but space for the cosmos to exist, to evolve, to breathe in its infinite patience. And as they drift, the observer closes their eyes, sinking fully into the quiet rhythm of the universe, carried gently on the eternal, slow, sleeping flow of space. The observer drifts slowly, leaving the immense superclusters behind. The vast cosmic web stretches endlessly in all directions, its filaments fading softly into darkness. The voids now feel like gentle, vast oceans, their silence comforting, their emptiness alive with subtle gravity, guiding the observer home. Slowly, the Milky Way comes into view, a soft spiral glowing faintly in the distance, its stars scattered across the black velvet of space. The observer floats closer, not with urgency, but with a quiet awareness of belonging. From this distance, the galaxy appears calm. Clusters of stars form gentle patterns. Nebulae glow softly like distant embers. And the motion of planets, dust, and gas is a slow, deliberate dance. Even the tiny lights of exoplanets are barely visible. Yet they hum quietly with potential life. The observer passes through the outer halo, the faint clouds of dark matter and ancient stars, sensing the subtle pull of gravity, the gentle currents that guide the galaxy's motion. Time feels stretched, measured not in minutes or years, but in the slow rotation of spiral arms, in the drift of stars across the night sky. As they descend into the galactic disk, the individual stars sharpen into their own soft radiance. The sun comes into view, a warm, steady presence, its light touching the observer gently. Around it, planets orbit in silent symmetry, each path precise, measured, yet full of quiet life. The observer finally reaches Earth, floating just above its surface. The blue and green planet turns slowly, oceans shimmering faintly in the starlight, clouds drifting softly in the upper atmosphere. Night stretches across continents, and the observer feels the intimate rhythm of life below. From the height of the void, the Earth is fragile and alive. Its forests, rivers, and cities illuminated only by scattered lights. Its oceans vast and silent. The observer senses the profound connection, that even in the vast emptiness of space, here exists a world where motion and stillness coexist, where life thrives quietly in balance with the cosmos. They hover in silence, letting the gentle rotation of the Earth carry them, feeling the calm of night spreading across land and sea. The breath of the planet, its rotation, its seasons, its oceans, all align with the slow pulse of the universe itself. And in this final moment, the observer understands fully the silence of the void, the emptiness between superclusters, the slow dance of galaxies, All exist to give space. Space for growth, space for life, space for thought. Breathing softly, the observer allows themselves to sink fully into this peace. The galaxies, the voids, the cosmic currents, all become part of the gentle rhythm of the night. The earth turns quietly beneath them, a living note in a vast cosmic symphony. And finally, as the observer drifts closer to the surface, the infinite silence of space softens into the tender hush of night. The stars above shimmer faintly. The wind whispers across the forests, and the ocean sighs gently. The observer feels the slow heartbeat of the universe, and the slow, steady pulse of home. Every breath aligns with the turning of planets, the motion of galaxies, the eternal, patient rhythm of the cosmos. And in this final descent, they drift fully into sleep, carried on the calm, unending, beautiful flow of space, embracing the profound stillness that stretches from the deepest voids all the way to their quiet blue world. The universe exhales once more, and all is calm.